Hey there, Bolters. We have some really exciting news for you. Anthropic's Model Context Protocol, MCP, is now available in Bolt.new, unlocking a whole new level of productivity. Instead of manually going back and forth between tools, you can now connect your data sources directly, including Notion, Jira, GitHub, Miro, Linear, and a whole bunch more, including custom MCPs. So what does this mean for you? Firstly, it means the agent can pull in your data seamlessly. The agent now can use your tasks, documents, user journeys, code repositories, etc. as context, all within the Bolt agent. Secondly, this is a two-way street, so it means that you can push data from the Bolt agent directly into these tools as well. For example, say you've collected user data and that's in your Bolt database, you can now feed that directly into any of these tools. Ultimately, this means that you can build smarter workflows. You can combine data from a variety of different sources, bring it all together, save yourself time, and improve your accuracy. So let's dive in and see this in practice. For this demo, I've created an example cooking recipe website. Notice that each of these recipes has a variety of different information associated with them, being the title, description, stars, tags, etc. And we can see all of this inside the database. Now, these recipes came just simply by me asking the Bolt agent to seed the database with some example recipes. But what if we want to bring our own recipes into here? We could either do this by adding them manually, we could describe them here in the Bolt agent, we could import a CSV file, but what if we love using Notion and we're used to that and we have most of our information there? This is exactly where MCP shines. So let's connect our Notion. It's as simple as this. We click on the connection option, select Notion, and over here, let's click connect. This will open up an authorization window in another tab. Make sure that you've selected the right workspace and then tick that you've recognized and trust this Bolt.new URL. Let's click continue. And just like that, the MCP server has been connected. It redirects us back into the Bolt interface and we'll see a connected badge here on the Notion MCP. With that connected, let's try a prompt. I have now connected my Notion MCP. Please create a new Notion page with a table showing all of my current recipes. Please include all data associated with each of the recipes. Notice in our database, we currently have 5 recipes. There's a whole variety of ingredients, there's recipe steps, ratings, etc. Let's send off this prompt. The Bolt agent has created a new Notion page called Savora Recipe Collection with all of your recipes. Let's have a look at the link it's provided. A complete catalogue of all recipes. Here we go. Here's our creamy Tuscan garlic chicken, classic French croissants, which we can see here in our recipes. The croissants makes 12 servings and it's a 4.8 star rating. Back in Bolt, we can see that this recipe serves 12 people and it's got 4.8 stars, showing that this is correctly used the information from Bolt. It's done a fairly good job, but what if instead we would like one new Notion page for each of these recipes? Let's re-prompt it. I can see the MCP connection is working. However, let's restructure the data inside the Notion page instead of 2 tables and a variety of different text sections. Let's create a database where each recipe is its own page inside the database. Make sure to include all information from the recipes here in Bolt inside these Notion pages. Let's go back into our connectors, click on Notion, and we can see exactly all of the tools that it's able to perform inside Notion itself. If you're ever experiencing an issue with this connection, you can always come into here and click Refresh Connection. The prompt's complete and it's saying it's updated the page. Let's have a look at the changes it's made. So here we go, a complete recipe database for the Savora Cookbook app. We've got our 5 recipes here with the ratings, calories, carbs, difficulty, etc. all taken directly from the Bolt database. To dive deeper into these recipes, we can open the page itself, see all of the associated properties, and see the ingredients, instructions, chef's notes. This is perhaps a much easier way to manage your data, manage your information, rather than doing this directly inside the database. Now you can share this Notion document with anybody on your team. They should be able to add a recipe in here, and then we're going to bring that back into Bolt. So we've gone ahead and added some properties here for Grandma's apple pie, and we've also filled out ingredients, instructions, and chef's notes. Now let's do the fun part and bring this back into Bolt. I have just added a new recipe called Grandma's apple pie to the Notion database shown above. Please bring this recipe into my Bolt database to display it in the app. This time, the MCP connection has gone the other way, bringing data from Notion directly here into Bolt, and we can see Grandma's apple pie has been added to your recipes. Well done! Just like that, we've been able to bring data from your Bolt database directly into Notion without having to copy and paste or format it or anything, and then edit it in Notion and then bring that again directly back into Bolt. Now let's try another task. This time we're going to use the linear MCP. So let's connect it. We'll go into connectors, select linear, click connect, approve this URL, and just like that, it's connected. Now let's log a task that we need to perform to our project within linear. So here's our linear ticket. The title is Improve the Footer, and the description is please add the image from the hero section into the footer. It should have a load in animation when I scroll and reveal the footer. Now let's create this issue. Now the beauty with Linear or Jira or any of your other task tracking apps is anybody from your team should easily be able to add a ticket. Now let's prompt the agent. Which linear tickets have been assigned to William and have the status of to do in plan mode, and we'll send it off. Now using MCP, the Bolt agent has successfully gone into linear, understood the information in there, and been able to retrieve this improve the footer task. Please act on the first ticket. Let's have a look at the footer before the agent completes the task. The agent's finished working. Let's reload the page, scroll down to the bottom, and just like that, we can notice it's implemented the change that we asked for within linear. Now, it's simpler than ever for you or any of your team members to log new features or bugs directly within your task management app, and then you can bring these requests directly into Bolt and implement them. The final thing we should look at is if you want to add your custom MCPs. So just like before, we can come in and add a custom MCP server. Here, give it a name, fill out the URL, the transport type, and authentication. Once you've done those, you can add your MCP and use it just like all the others. Now that we understand MCPs and how they work, another important consideration is how this affects your token consumption. So let's come down to the prompt box, and here we can see we've added connectors. Both Notion and Linear are now enabled. Leaving them on here means that the agent may draw in context from each of these, and this can bloat your context. We suggest only toggling these on when you're actively using these connections. So when you're not, feel free to turn them off, or if you're starting a new project that doesn't need access to either, just keep them turned off the whole time. You can always manage the default connections here by clicking Manage Connections, opening them up, and then toggling Automatically Enable for new projects. I hope you're as excited about MCPs as I am, and it really unlocks a huge amount of capabilities in your app. Your creativity is the only thing that's going to hold you back, and there's so many exciting workflows that you can unlock using MCP. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, if there's any content you'd like to learn about, please add it into the comments below. And with that, keep on bolting.